Hey, Shalom Israel, what's going on, man? Priest Captain Dawhard here, standing with Officer Thabawan. We coming from Hollywood, California. Just off the BBC interview, letting everybody know that the I.S.U.P.K is going to take over, man. But check it out, this is what I want you to do, right? Commander YAHANNA just dropped a new YouTube channel. The most controversial man in America, man. Subscribe to his channel, America on Fire, Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. Shalom.
Hey, Shalom Israel, this is a public service announcement to all the sisters out there. You already know what time it is. Them Passover corsages is blooming absolutely right this year. If you a married sister, rock that red corsage. And for all the single sisters out there, the white corsage was made just for you. Stop playing. You cannot be Passover ready without rocking one of these. Just $10 to complete that fit for the Lord's 54th annual Passover. Pre-order yours now. Click the link below for more info. For just $10, I got a feeling that this is just the right batch of flowers to have you looking on point and official. Sisters, make it your business to get you one, and we hope to see you there. Shalom Israel. So I spit choo-choo, I taste the whole thing. Taking my style, I'm far from a lane, girl, just let me put it down, baby. She on the road, can't get around in my coupe, me and you, we just cruising through the town lately. Ask me some questions, girl, do you mind? What would it take to make you mine, please? Tell me be you, and we can try. So I spit choo-choo, I taste the whole thing. Taking my style, I'm far from a lane, girl, just let me put it.
If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and I'm blessed. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and I'm blessed. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood I lay my life down right now for all my sisters and brothers, because I love them. I see them dapping and hug them. It's amazing to see how well we adapt from the struggle. Born again from a life of sin, trapping together. My mind frame was to kill my own kind. Feeling inferior, waking up ready to die. Run with them killers, so it's just a matter of time. For why take your life or let you take mine? That's when I realized the slaves killing slaves while the white man live to get old. We in them graves, the shit got me feeling plain. I opened the Bible, went through them records, found out we was royalty, a nation to be respected. But in this world we rejected, we hated for our complex. Still fighting to get accepted. We hear the truth and reject it, but love is getting corrected. And all my niggas correct me. The commandments, the foundation we erected. Brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and I'm blessed. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and I'm blessed. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. Hey, hey. Hey, hey.
Shalom Israel. And when I mean Israel, I'm talking about the black, Hispanic, and Native Indians. The Lord's 54th annual Passover is going down again this year, sundown, April 1st at 500 South Salisbury Street in Raleigh, North Carolina at the Downtown Conventional Center. It's got enough room for all of us. The Lord's 54th annual Passover. Last year, brothers and sisters showed up from all over the world, rocking ancient garments and glorious apparel in order to serve the Most High in Christ. Now, it's that time again. Commander General YAHANNA is putting out the decree for all brothers and sisters to show up sundown, April 1st in Raleigh, North Carolina. Join us at the Sheraton in Raleigh, the hotel right downtown. It's at 421 South Salisbury. The Passover is right up the block at the Convention Center, literally within walking distance. Make sure you pull up. Make sure that you do your due diligence, because rooms are going fast and they are limited this weekend. You understand? We have months in advance of preparation. Do not wait till the last minute to get your room. The Lord's 54th annual Passover, Saturday, April 1st in Raleigh, North Carolina. Join us there.
It's about time, sending curses to them enemies.
Oh yeah, it's going down. Join us for this year's All Black Party, hosted by Commanding General YAHANNA and the I.S.U.P.K. This year, it's going down in Durham, North Carolina at the Durham Armory. Last year, brothers and sisters came out from all over the world. It was a packed house to celebrate the 2022 Hebrew Academy graduates. These brothers faced life and death, and as a result, they were honored on this night for their sacrifice and their victory at the gauntlet. But wait, this year, it's going down. There will be a Hebrew concert featuring Captain Akkad, 144 the Rebel, King Ty, Captain Ty Ward, One Westworld, Lost Tribes, Captain Katazah, I.S.U.P.K, also known as Dope E, and Officer Natazah, UPK Natazah, and much more. It's going to be an open bar. Make sure that you get your tickets. It's going down this year, 2023, the 54th annual Passover and the annual All Black Party, hosted by Commanding General YAHANNA and the I.S.U.P.K.
Still blessed and still we rise.
I.S.U.P.K presents the 54th annual Feast of Unleavened Bread. Last year we did it big. This year is going to be way big. More brotherhood, more sisterhood, more UPK. On Sunday, April 2nd, 2023, we're going to be at 421 South Salisbury Street in Raleigh, North Carolina at the Sheraton Raleigh Hotel Ballroom. We call it all blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians to come join us.
All right, let's clap it up. Yahweh Bashem Yahshai Barakathum, yet to all the Akim, Yahweh Shemal done by Shem Yahshai to all the sisters. With the I.S.U.P.K, Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, started on 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General YAHANNA. Since 1969, we've been teaching truth of the Bible. The truth is that the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians are the true Jews, and that our oppressor is the devil that the Bible speaks of. We are not affiliated with any Christian church or Hebrew Israelite group. 1 West is home of the truth. If it's not under Commanding General YAHANNA, you're not in the truth. That's it. That's it. Now, it's been some more news coming out. Slacky, if I could. If anybody has any comments, questions, or concerns, please type it in the chat. I'm holding it down for Captain of 13,000 Mashak Mayim. He will be coming on the live and momentarily. But until then, I'm holding it down. You had something?
I do have one question. Speaking to the comments and everything. That whenever I see you be writing down the questions, how do you pull that up? That little notepad.
Go down to the bottom. Just all the way down to the bottom. It should be a little notepad right there.
Did it say post a comment?
No. Scroll. Put the mouse all the way down to the bottom.
Oh, okay. Hold on. It pops up. Where's the pad?
If not, I'll get with you later. I'll get with you later. We can do that. Now, there's some more news that came out with the 5 brothers that was being totally unbrotherly to Tyree Nichols. There's a couple of things that came out. Number one, apparently, not apparently, because you could actually see the video of this road cop. I ain't even gonna say road cop because he was in his element. He was in his element when he was torturing and brutally beating an innocent man to death. What he did was took his phone out and then went and took a picture of the man half dead, laying there bleeding, unconscious or halfway conscious, semi-conscious. Took a picture and sent it to several people. One, including one of the people he sent it to, was his ex-wife. And coincidentally, apparently, Tyree Nichols was somewhat involved with that woman. You know what I'm saying? So that this news is coming out as to, you know, why he got stopped in the first place and why he wasn't placed in handcuffs. Because if you've seen Commandant General Yohanna's Black Watch a few weeks ago, General Hazayam broke down how the way once you get a suspect in a certain position, boom, is over. And they had that brother in that position where they could have cuffed him and had him under control before the taser was implemented, before the mace was implemented, before he ran away. It could have been stopped right then and there, but they chose not to because that's not what they wanted to do. They didn't want to subdue him to arrest him and take him to jail. That wasn't their intent. They wanted to cause his brother harm. And the police chief came out and said, first of all, those 5 cops, those 5 former officers, they said that he was driving recklessly, and then their boss, the police chief, said there was no evidence of reckless driving. So there's a reason why they pulled him over. The Tyree Nichols, the brother, didn't know anything why he was being pulled over. They didn't tell him why he was being pulled over. They just stopped the car, opened up his door, and yanked him out. Didn't say anything, didn't say nothing. Just yanked him out and gave him threats. You know what I'm saying? Moreover, there 3 of the 5 officers was quote unquote Greek in a Greek fraternity where they were supposed to exude brotherhood, when in reality all they are bullies. Why? Because in order for them to get into the fraternity, and with that, I pass the class over to Captain Mashak Mayam.
Which one is hooked up?
The cordless one.
Anybody was checking it?
Sir, I checked it before I hooked it up. I can check it now. Here.
Okay, so the cordless is hooked up.
Okay.
So how come this have power on it?
Because it's plugged in, but it's not linked to it.
Okay. Somebody could take this off, please. To water. Okay, so you don't know which one. You don't know which one is better. Is this really good? Okay. It's a little bit too tall for me, so it'll work up here, but it's not going to work.
So the input for the audio can only be 1.
Okay. I'll rock with this one for now. This one is, he want to teach you class, so I can.
So I can take that number off the show.
Yeah, right there is good. Bring this lights further back a little bit. Yeah, right there is good. Further back some. It's kind of warm in here for y'all?
No, it's not.
What do you find?
I had the fan first. When I first come in,
It was kind of warm. Okay, trim the air down. Take it on to 65. It's too wild. You could probably trim it back on. You could probably put it back on Pagaiba. Just trim it back. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, leave it on that. Let it cool off. Let me know when it's too wild, all right?
it's too wild.
It's too wild? Okay, I'm gonna just leave it for a little while. And I said, what we working with tonight? Some still seem kind of dark though. No. Who's the order? Any questions? Questions. Yabashin Shabrak Thumb. Salakia. Is this one hooked up now? All right. Yabashin Shabrak Thumb. Yashimatan Bashim Yashai. Any questions in the room? Anything needed to go over? I think Sawap had texted me a question that he wanted. Luke, hold on. Luke 21. I think he wanted from verse 15 on down. All right. But Quash, do me a favor. Grab me 2 of them paper towels. You know the mug? And put some that iced tea. It's over there by the coffee machine. You could probably half it or something.
Just half, sir? Halfway?
3/4, something like that. Go ahead, Al.
You want me to set up the TikTok so you can see the comments, or you want me to monitor?
No, I'm not gonna be monitoring the comments. Whoever is on the TikTok gonna have to monitor the comments. All right. Okay, so any questions? Questions in the room? Online for Guy Boy?
So go up. Swap there if I may.
Yeah, go ahead.
Going back and forth with a heathen.
Mm-hmm.
We was talking about God being a man, and then he was like, God is the spirit.
Mm-hmm.
So I have John verse 4 and Exodus chapter 15 verse 3. So what I was trying to, when I first thought, I was like, yo, yeah, God is a spirit, because if you walk after your father, then you have the spirit of your father. What I was trying to explain to you, I wanted to make sure I got that right.
Okay. Yes, you're right. There's a better way to explain it, but a heathen wouldn't understand it, because heathens are carnal. You understand? Heathens are carnal. Heathens, they're very literal to whatever it is. So God is a spirit mean God is some floating being. If you need to put that closer, could you put it closer and monitor it on your phone? You have TikTok?
Yeah.
Would you be able to monitor the questions on your phone? Yeah, if I don't know, is it too up there?
It's too up.
If it's too up there, then that's fine. But if anytime you need to put it closer, then that's fine. I believe there's a setup with a camera and clip and stuff like that. So go ahead on, Pugaibo.
Come. John chapter 4 verse 24. God is a spirit, and they that worship him must worship him in spirit and in truth.
Right.
Yeah. So when I first told the heathen, God is a man of war.
Right.
We got to fight for our people.
Mm-hmm.
God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. That's who we got to fight for ours.
Right.
And then he hit me up with this one.
Mm-hmm.
So that's true too. God is.
And what is he saying? God is a spirit is.
He was saying that God is the spirit, meaning that God could be anything. It can't be just a man or just a woman. It's like a combination of.
So God could be a rock, like Mecca. God could be the sun, like Egyptologists. God could be the moon, like Muslims. God could be a white man, like the Christians. God could be a Chinese man, like Buddha. God could be anything. Okay, so that's really what it is. They carnal, and they have to make God make sense to them. You understand? Like they have to change who the Lord is to make sense to them, instead of changing who they are to make sense to them. You get the point? Like that's who they are. It's just think of a family, and you have children who listen to the Lord, or children who listen to their father, and children who don't listen to their father. And one of them is the father acknowledges that that's my child, and then the other one is like, I don't have no son named John. You get the point? you know, I don't have a daughter named Keisha. And the child wouldn't understand. It don't make sense to the child. So now the child goes looking for a father to make it make sense to the child. You get the point? They can't get along with their father, so they go get another father, right? They go try to like somebody else and, you know, adhere to someone else when this is their father. So a heathen is similar in terms of being carnal and not wanting to change to suit the Lord, right? An Israelite would more understand the Lord is a spirit. Okay. Exodus 15:3 is correct. The Lord is a man of war, right? So how do you reconcile, or how do you put together? I can't say reconcile because it was never apart, but for the Christian, how do you reconcile the two? Because the Christians always say what? The Bible contradicts itself, right? So now, if God is a spirit, how do you put the two together? God is a man of war, and the Lord is a spirit. How do you put the two together?
Counselor, I said, because if you have your father and you walk in the ways of your father, then you have the same spirit as your father.
That's true. That's absolutely true. But you saying you have the spirit as your father. How do you reconcile God is a spirit? That's what the scripture says, right? Counselor. All right. How do you reconcile that? It's real simple.
It's like I would say that I'm a man and I have a spirit.
You wanted.
Another thing I said to him, and he walked away from me after I said it. It was like the Most High God of the Bible, the Most High God of Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, or the 12 tribes of Israel. I can have that spirit because he's my father.
Okay, but you're still saying I have the spirit. You're not defining the Lord is a spirit. Right? Read the scripture one more time.
Come. John chapter 4, verse 24. God is a spirit, and they that worship him must worship him in spirit and in truth.
All right. So, the Lord is a spirit. I'm get it real simple. You ever hear people say today, man, he's a whole vibe? You ever hear, that's a slang it's modern. I don't know if it's the Z or the millennial. I can't tell which one is which. But whoever is the one that's setting the trends now, they say that's a whole vibe. Man, the place was lit. It's a whole vibe. Or, man, so-and-so, man, he came in there. You know how he dressed? He's a whole vibe. What are they saying?
He's a whole spirit.
He's a whole spirit. He is just a spirit by himself, meaning his vibe is his vibe, and there's no other vibe like his. And when he show up on the scene, everybody recognize, man, he's a whole mood. He's a whole vibe, and his vibe is influential. You get the point? Read scripture again.
Come. John chapter 4, verse 24. God is a spirit.
God is a whole vibe. Read it again.
God is a spirit.
God is a whole mood. I try to put it down in today's terms so you understand it. He's a whole vibe. He's a spirit. He's a mood. Meaning how he is strong and powerful and influential. You get the point? Like, that's what it really means. But a heathen don't understand it because they don't talk like that. They have to see us talk on the TikTok first and then go back in the little school somewhere under the bleachers and trip over themselves doing the dance and, start talking in the slang to even try to embrace it. But you tell an Israelite that, man, he's a whole vibe. They're going to know what the hell you're talking about. They're going to look at it, yeah, he have a vibe. And there's something about this guy. You know what I mean? That's what it's saying. The Lord is a spirit. The Lord, he is the Lord. And man, how he rolls is different to how everybody rolls. What he likes is different to what everybody likes. How he move is different. How he dresses is different. The things he says is different. The Lord is a spirit, man. It's a whole vibe behind that man. You get the point? A heathen cannot understand that. A heathen don't understand vibe. A heathen relationship with their deity, to be politically correct, is, very much Boring. It's a boring thing. Boring as shit. Them Saudis, they're the richest people in the world. You see how they dress? It's a white sheet. It's a white sheet with some little thing around the head. And this supposed to be top. This nigga building islands in the ocean. That's what you dressing? Ain't no vibe in there. Ain't no vibe in there. Let me find oil in my backyard. You see how the hell I roll. I'm gonna tell you straight up and down. You see, just forget about oil. Tax season coming out. Come see me in about 3 weeks. I'll walk around here like my shit don't stink. I'm trying to tell you. That's how Israel is. We not them. They're a boring bunch of people. They can get another I'm gonna come to Shaphat. Let me get another precept to prove what I'm saying. Find me Zipporah in Exodus. The what's called them? Not bridesmaids. What's called them? The midwives. Find me when they told the midwives to kill the firstborn boy, but if it's a girl, keep the girl. Right? Find me that. I think it's Zipporah. I forget the other one's name. Zipporah, I think in Hebrew. Anybody else online have questions? Feel free to type them in. You all know April 1st, Passover, Raleigh, North Carolina. We getting it in. You know what I mean? All week event, Starkville Plantation. Y'all don't want to miss that. Y'all don't want to miss that, brother. I was doing some slight little reading on them Nazi concentration camps, and they keep some of them camps as tourist sites. And Auschwitz supposed to be the biggest concentration camp they had, and they keep that as a tourist site, brother. And to garner, sympathy for the Jewish man. Well, brother, Starkville Plantation is down there in North Carolina, and it's a education for your soul, for your spirit. Starkville Plantation is a vibe. I'm trying to tell you. You understand? You really want to learn and change your life and find a reason if you don't have one yet or you're still on the fence. Come see what your people went through and walk the steps where they walked and see what their life was like. And you could understand now that we are different people, and now is the time for us to come together. You know what I mean, Shaphat?
What you want?
Go ahead, please.
Book of Exodus, chapter 1, verse 15.
Mm-hmm.
And the king of Egypt spake to the Hebrew midwives, of which the name of one was Shapir.
Right, which was Shipra. Mm-hmm.
And the name.
Where you at again? Exodus what?
1 and 14.
1 and 14. Go ahead. Pagai boy, you could cut this back there now. Okay. Go ahead, brother.
Okay. And the name of the other, Hur.
Exodus 1 and 14.
15. Slide.
Okay, go ahead.
Verse 16. And he said, when ye do the office of a midwife to the Hebrew women, see them upon the stools. If he a son, then ye shall kill him. But if it be a daughter, then she shall live.
Right. So really, this here is your first Planned Parenthood, your first recording historical Planned Parenthood, where Planned Parenthood was not designed to help you plan your parenthood. It was designed to minimalize or to limit or to reduce or decelerate the population of Black, brown, and Native people, right? That's what it is. So here now, that's what they were doing, because she said, if it be a boy, kill him. And that's where you get your population from, men. But if it be a woman, let her live, because, of course, they could absorb her into their society, because the child that comes from her, if one of them lay with her, would be one of them. Right. It wouldn't be us. Right. So this would be, you could use this as an example for your first Planned Parenthood, right? And you see it in society where Black masculinity is attacked. You're not allowed to be masculine. You're not allowed to be a man. You're not allowed to be manly. And with it, you're really not allowed to exist. They don't even like you existing. You get the point? So that's what they told the midwives to do. Keep going.
Oh, God. Verse 17, but the midwives feared God.
Say it again.
But the midwives feared God.
Say it one more time.
But the midwives feared God.
But the midwives fear God. In order to understand the word of the Lord, you first have to fear the Lord. That's the first thing. Fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom and knowledge. That's in the Bible. The midwives fear the Lord. Go ahead.
Oh, God. And did not.
Question? Okay, go ahead.
And did not as the king of Egypt commanded.
Right, and they did not do as the king of Egypt had commanded. Right, go ahead.
Oh, God. But saved the men children alive. Verse 18.
But did what?
Saved the men children alive.
Right, but they preserved the boys. That's what they did. Go ahead.
Oh, God. Verse 18. And the king of Egypt called for the midwives and said unto them, why have ye done this thing? And have saved the men children alive. Right. So
the king of Egypt now turn and call for the woman and say, hey, stranger, what's going on? You still part of the what's the Hebrew name again? Right. The king of Israel turned to the midwives and said, why did you save these young boys? Which lets you know we in Egypt one more time again. You understand? Because giving young black and Hispanic men and native men any sort of heart, any sort of courage, any sort of spirit is a unspoken illegal act in this country, right? And under this, I can't just say in this country, under this empire, because of course this country rules several empires, right? Giving men any type of hope, any type of strength, any type of spirit, you're demonized for it. Go ahead, Shaphat.
It's like General Hines was saying. When he was a police officer, he wouldn't beat up a brother. They would always ask him, why didn't you beat him?
Exactly. Like why won't why would you allow him to even live? For the same reason you allowed, Gotti and what's the other one from Valentine's Day Massacre? Al Capone and Meyer Lansky and them, the same reason why you allow them to live. You get the point? The same reason, because you like yours. You get the point? So they wanted to kill all the men. And by killing all the men, that's how you annihilate a nation. Really, you get rid of them. Over time, there would be none left. Right? Keep going.
Oh, God. Verse 19. And the midwives said unto Pharaoh, because the Hebrew women are not as the Egyptian women.
Say it again.
Because the Hebrew women are not as the Egyptian women.
So their reply to the king of Pharaoh was, these Hebrew women is not like the Egyptian women. There's not the same. You might think they're the same because of the skin color, but these Hebrew women, they're not like Egyptian women. Keep going.
Oh, God. For they are lively.
They are what?
Lively.
They are what?
Lively.
They're lively. So they're not boring. They ain't no boring ass broad. These women is lively. Go ahead.
Oh, God. And are delivered.
Read one more time from the top. But make sure you disconnect the USB and everything and break the wireless piece down. All right. Read it again from the top. Nice and slow. Take your time.
Oh, God. Verse 19. Mm-hmm. And the midwives said unto Pharaoh, because the Hebrew women are not as the Egyptian women.
Right. These Hebrew women, they're not like your heathen women. They're not like any other woman on the earth. Go ahead.
For they are lively.
For they are lively. Go ahead.
And are delivered ere the midwives come in unto them.
Right. What does that mean? Delivered before the midwife reach. So in other words, they're giving Pharaoh an excuse. They're saying, well, listen, Pharaoh, we couldn't do it. Really, what they were supposed to do was assassinate the boy. It was supposed to be a covert mission. The midwife is the woman who helping you deliver the baby. So, of course, the woman, I think in those times, they would do the squatting technique. The woman, she's, squatting and sitting down something. And, of course, the midwife, they're coaching her to, push and whatever. And the midwife takes the baby out. Now, of course, the woman, she ain't got no energy after that. That's why it's called what? Labor. After that, she halfway passed out, brother. who is the first person seeing the baby? The midwife. So if she say the baby died, the baby died. You get the point? She's the first one taking the baby crying. All right, good. And she's gonna do what now? Take the baby, go clean it off, cut the thing off. You know what I mean? Cut the umbilical cord, wipe the baby off. Then the other midwives will come help the woman back into the bed, and she comes back with the swaddling baby. So now if she takes the baby away and then comes back and say, stop breathing, and that's it. You get the point? That's that. So now they're saying, listen, these women is lively. They ain't just sitting there. They getting it in. They up and ready to roll. They got spirit in them. They have zeal. They have a job to do, which is to deliver this baby. Pharaoh, listen, by the time I got there, they ain't waiting on me. You know what I mean? These Hebrew women are not like your woman. They're pushing that baby out. That baby has to come. And that's it. So that's another example of it. We are lively people. They think hanging out on a Friday must be an occasion. You ever see these oppressors they pass? Well, are y'all celebrating something? No. Forget about them Hispanic tribes, Zach. 5 o'clock that's it. The party start. You know, Tecate, not Tecate. Tecate is the thing they drink. Yeah, Tecate, Coronas, everybody, and they're just going because it's 5. Work is done. We are a lively people. We not like them. You get the point? Even in schools, you could tell where they have a problem because the child wouldn't sit in his seat. The kids. You know what I mean? There's a whole process of conditioning to get them to just sit there and stay there for 8 hours. That's not how a child normally is. A child is bouncing everywhere. You get the point? Like, we are a lively people. We have spirit. And so it's the same with the power we serve. The power we serve is not a rocking Mecca. The power we serve is not some old Caesar Borgia white boy. You get the point? With, just dead. Just think of how they depict Jesus Christ. Just think how they depict him. Come on to me, children. Come on. Just old dead ass nigga. Just, who the hell wanna, that nigga turn water into wine? No, I can't get with that. I can't get with that. Our people is not the same. You saw it even, just a sidebar, you saw it even with Barack Obama. When he ran for office, he talked like a Southern black man, a Southern preacher. He brought a certain spirit in there. That's why they liked him. He didn't just talk normal. He talked with the pauses, and he walked with a little bounce. He used his hands a lot. His whole persona was of a black man, even though he is not black. If he was a Kenyan running, he was losing. You get the point? He was absolutely losing. Same thing with Biden. Same thing with Kamala Harris. They don't have what we have naturally. You get it? But they don't have that thing, which is spirit. The Lord is a spirit. The Lord is a vibe. You get the point? That's just it. It's very difficult for a heathen to understand. But Quash, take this here from me, please. Shalom. Yep. Yes, sir. Hold on 1 second. I'll be headphones up there.
Loud. Yes, constant. Just like what Cap was saying, the heathens ain't us. They don't understand us. Everything they do to try and gain some sort of popularity or some sort of notoriety, it's all for us. Look at Burna Boy. Why is Burna Boy one of the hottest artists right now? Because he's copying off a dance hall, and he's trying to even claim. He's even trying to claim dance hall as Afrobeats, or they're the father of Afrobeats. They're the father of stinking, as Aaron Watcher would say. They're the father of stinking. I've been over there. They stink naturally. You got something?
So I forgot what I was doing online, but it was going back and forth. You could tell it was a heathen. And all of a sudden, the heathen we was talking about how rap belongs to us. You know what I'm saying? Hip hop belongs to us. It started with us. Mm-hmm. He in his comments like, hip hop belongs to black people. I remember what it was. It was on on Sunday. Let it be known.
Mm-hmm.
He was gonna let it be known, and then African came in there, and you know his whole thought process when we mentioned that hip hop is our culture was like, oh, it belongs to y'all now. Like
y'all now.
Right.
Well, we all know Africans are scammers.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They like to go and try and appropriate things and just try and con you and into thinking the way they tell the narrative. What in the world are they? What are they good for? What are they good for? I'm gonna tell you what they're going to be good for. They're going to be good for labor, hard labor.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They ain't gonna need no SPF 30, whatever. Once Christ comes back. You know what I'm saying? That's what they're gonna be good for. But now, like you can't trust them. You can't trust any heathen. Right now, even the Moabites and the Ammonites are trying to appropriate our culture. You got Japanese people at a faraway glance, you would think they're real Chicanos, but you look closer and be like, hold up, that's Moab, that's Ammon. With the tattoos and the Dickies, you know what I'm saying, the Chuck Taylors and whatnot, with the stance, you know how our northern brothers stand, you know with that Vato stance, they try and copy all that. They even got techniques to where they put their straight hair into like these little curls, and then it comes out as an afro. Like I seen that, I'm like, come on, man. Everybody want to be a nigga till it's time to be a nigga.
Right.
You ask something?
Like this is what you were just saying. So heavy because in the kingdom, we gonna be in rulership. So everybody gonna want to be like us in the first place. But it's the fact that they don't give us credit for it's our style. You know what I'm saying? And when it's time to be one of us in front of somebody else, like they don't claim it then. You know what I mean? But this gonna be a proud thing to want to be like us in the kingdom. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, even now in this kingdom, they want to be us, just like you're saying, and but they don't want to be us.
Right.
They want to take every piece of us and then try and make it their own, so they can downplay us. You know what I mean? You have something?
Yeah, Counselor. They want to leave out the low riders. They ride the low riders all up and down the streets, and b-boy, straight breakdance.
I was about to say, I was over there. I was over there and I was walking by one of them train stations, and I just saw like a little commotion over there. So I stopped and looked. These niggas was straight up had a damn breakdance b-boy competition with the cardboard on the ground and everything. I'm like, are you serious? Are you serious? Yes, they want to be us, but they don't want to be us. I heard a comedian, it was a comedian. He was saying how he heard somebody had an argument with an Edomite, and he said the Edomite called this other dude a nigga lover, right? And he was like, man, what are you in the 20s or the 30s or whatnot? It's like, who's not a nigga lover? Like, if you're not, then you don't watch basketball, you don't watch baseball, you don't watch football, you don't like music, you don't like hip hop, you don't even like pop, because you don't like rock and roll because they came from us. Right. You like any of these things because all of the niggas is in it. And with that, I pass the class to Captain Mashak Mariam.
Wait, Mashak.
I was just expanding on what you were saying.
Okay, no sweat. Okay, so you get the point, Pagaibo, right? Like the Lord, when they say the Lord is a spirit, it's Israelites understand that. The Lord is a spirit, the Lord is a vibe, the Lord is a mood, like how they talk today. He's a whole vibe. Or them women say he's giving. It's giving, and just leave it open. Like giving, I'm like, giving what, bitch? What the fuck is he talking about? Right. But it's that's how we talk. The heathens can't understand that. You tell some old Turkish fool that, or it's giving. They don't know what the hell you're talking about. But us as a people, that's the culture. The Lord is a spirit. That's why it's so contentious amongst Christians and heathens, because they don't understand that shit. Go ahead, Shabbat.
It's like it's so heavy how you say it because about heathens don't understand it. I had to mature in the point where I don't battle no heathens no more. I can care less what they think. I battle one of us, just for the sake of trying to help or whoever's around can hear. But other than that, I'm not talking to no heathen. You gonna take that dip.
I mean, what you want to do is just choose your battles. Sometimes the heathen is good for edification of everybody else who think the heathen is something. So you could do it like that. You get the point? But so that's it. No sweat out. Anything else?
So there's a question online.
Go ahead.
From your Quatazar. He says, Salaki, sir, can I get a breakdown on James 4:4 of Shop?
No sweat. Also, too, don't let me forget what question. Hold on, I think it's John. What did I say before? Luke? John 21, 15 through 19. All right. Whoever have it. Which one we going with first?
I have James 4:4. Anybody have
John?
Let's get James 4:4 first, and then we'll get John.
Okay. James chapter 4, verse 4. Ye adulterers and adulteresses, know ye not that the friendship of the world is enmity with God? Whosoever therefore will be a friend of the world is the enemy of God.
Okay. And he has a specific question, or he just wants this broken down?
He just wants a breakdown, sir.
Okay. Go ahead, Shapat.
Like, I was talking to the brother this weekend, and he basically worked on John 3:16, so I think he just tried to incorporate it.
Okay. Okay. Read one more time.
James chapter 4, verse 4. Ye adulterers and adulteresses, know ye not that the friendship of the world is enmity with God? Whosoever therefore will be a friend of the world is the enemy of God.
Okay. All right. 1 second. Salaki. I read one more time for me. Salaki.
James 4:4. Ye adulterers and adulteresses, know ye not that the friendship of the world is enmity with God? Whosoever therefore will be a friend of the world is the enemy of God.
Okay, so he wants a breakdown on. That's what he typed in. He just wants a breakdown on it. Okay, so ye adulterers and adulteresses, right? Let's get that broken down first. Why is the Lord calling them adulterers and adulteresses? Go ahead.
It's the men and women of Israel that are praising other gods.
Perfect. Boy, you come to play, boy. LeBron. You come to play. That's right. All right. So the adultery here would be, your precept for that would be Jeremiah 3, where he says, look around and see who you have lain with, and yet still you come back to me, right? So the Lord is comparing us to an unfaithful woman, right? So he's saying, you adulterers and adulteresses, go ahead. After that, where you at, John 1?
James 4:4.
James 4:4. All right, go ahead from there.
Know ye not that the friendship of the world is enmity with God?
Know ye not that the friendship of the world is enmity with God? So in essence, you're going to befriend the world, which is like what?
Doing the wicked things that
Adultery and adulteresses. Your woman is friends with another man. Don't you know that's enmity with me? Like, bitch, what the hell you doing? It's like that. It's like that's what the Lord is saying. You know what I'm saying? It's like, no, your friendship with the world, your liking for the world, your affinity to the world is enmity with the Lord. Because why? You belong to him. You get the point? Like, he's giving you that analogy, right? Go ahead. And the world, of course, is what you're saying, the sin, the lust, the things, the world promotes, right? You get the point? Go ahead. Whoever was reading. Whoever was reading. Come on, let's go.
Whosoever therefore will be a friend of the world is the enemy of God.
Mm-hmm. And whosoever now will be a friend of the world would be the enemy of the Lord. Similar to your woman, she's friending with this man. You didn't want that. Now you and her become enemies. You get the point? You understand? That's basically exactly what he's getting at. He's trying to give you an analogy that you could understand. That's why he called you ye adulterers and adulteresses, right? Now, the word world here, what is it talking about? The word world here is talking about a specific society, specific age or cosmos or community, or what else? What else is another form of world? Go ahead.
I would put that question in the TikTok whenever you ready.
It's on the same topic.
No,
just hold it for me. Right. Age group, contemporaries. You get the point? What's in the air now? Basketball. The world of Wilt Chamberlain is not the same world of LeBron James. They play they damn near play in two different sports. They still have the ball and some rings and a net, but it's damn near the game is different. It's a different game. You get the point? It's a different world from back then to now. Back then, in all sports, a black player at that level was a damn near like a pioneer or a representative for the black community. And if you look at any sport back then, you was at a level, you was really representing everybody black. You played for everybody black. You ran for everybody black. You played tennis for everybody black. You was boxing for everybody black. Now it's for likes. It's for sponsorship deals, some coins. It's a different world. It's a different world, and you can't understand it. So now, which world are we really talking about here that the Lord said, friendship with that world is enmity with him? Is it the world of LeBron James? Is it the world of Wilt Chamberlain? Is it the sea world? Is it the sports world? Is it, the movie world? Is it, I don't know, Disney World? You got to find out which world the Lord is talking about. It might be easier to find out which world he is not talking about. There's a world he wants you to like. There's a world he wants you to be friends with. And let's find out which world is that. Give me Isaiah 45 and what, 17 or 7? 17? Give me that one real quick. Uh-huh.
You see that new black French tennis player?
There's a few of them. I ain't really follow tennis too. Which one are you talking about?
I forgot his name, but he be jumping in the air, kicking his
feet. Doing some kind of wild shit.
Yeah.
Yep. It's a few of them that do that too. I think there's a heathen that do something like that. He's a Greek. He's not white though. He's like maybe a cross between East Indian and Samoan or something. But he be doing the same thing and pissing the hell out of them white boys. But he don't do it as animated as the other one. Right. But he does do it, all kind of trick shots and shit, between the legs shit. But stuff you thinking he give up the point, and he ain't give up the point. You know what I mean? I forget his name. He have a Greek name? But I know he's not white. He might be a brother. I don't know. But I think I'll say he's a heathen. But now you're seeing more of that coming into the once again the sport, because our people are more lively. We're not, Serena Williams and them come in tennis and change the whole thing. Before then, nobody was wearing colored suits. It was white. It was white skirt, white shirt, white shoes, white headband, white. Nobody was wearing colors. They might have a little design on the shirt. That old man, Navratilova, that old man child they had playing tennis. The one, that's not her. The one who looked like a full-on man. That's her. I'm sure. There's one who's a German. He's wear glasses, look like a full-grown man. Them days they wearing white. They ain't wearing no colors. It's them Williams Gill coming there with what? That lively spirit. That whole, we are absolutely a different world to them. For a long time, the beads was in the news. The beads was in the news more than anybody else, anything else, because what is this thing? And making noise every time they move. We are a spectacle to them because we come from a different planet. It's a different world, all right? What I want? Isaiah 45:17.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 45, verse 17. But Israel shall be saved in the Lord with an everlasting salvation.
Say it again.
Oh God. But Israel shall be saved in the Lord with an everlasting salvation.
But Israel shall be saved in the Lord with an everlasting salvation. Go ahead.
Okay. Ye shall not be ashamed nor confounded, world without end.
You will no longer be ashamed, which is something Israelites grow up with, having an innate shame. From the womb, you have that shame. From watching TV, you have that shame. From, your first day in school to playing sports, to tests, to whatever life, you have that shame. You get the point? You have that shame today. Because when you go for the interview, you put on your white voice. You know what I mean? You sitting there thinking, I ain't shame. I'm a proud black man. Okay, go in there and talk like nigga then. Go in there and, what's up? What up, though? You all right? You good? You good, homie? You good? Go in there and talk like that then. You know what I mean? Go in there and be who you are. Be all you can be. That ain't happening. That ain't happening. Forget about women. You women do it all. I done told you. Hello. Speaking. This is she. I'll be like, bitch, where that bitch come from? I'd have called you on the phone to talk nice to me, huh? You get the point? We'll be no longer ashamed, nor confounded, nor confused about life and who we are and why things happen. We would no longer be like that. No confounded.
World.
Come on up.
Confounded world without end.
World without end. Israel is that world without end. Israel is the world the Lord wants you to be friends with. Israel is the world the Lord wants you to, take part in and be with. He doesn't want you to be in any other world. And when I say in any other world, this is here we're talking about, of course, your spirit. Your love, your soul. He doesn't want you to give that to any other world. He wants you to give that to the nation of Israel. That's the world the Lord loves. That's the world the Lord wants you to be, and that's your world. You're not being a traitor if you love your world. You're not committing adultery by being friends with your world. But of course, you try to go join the European or the Asian or the Edomite world, or the Moabite world, or the Elamite world, or the Hamite world. Now the Lord gonna have a problem with you. The Lord gonna have a problem with you. And okay, this is really. I hope that answered the brother's question. If that didn't, just type in whatever else is confusing you. But it's a sidebar. Like, we busy not loving our world when the heathens love our world. And I ain't letting that burner boy off the hook. That nigga boy, he in my bad books for until Christ come and beyond. Like, they love our culture so much, more than we do, way more than we do. All right. Let me get the other brother's question in John. Is it? I called it out just now.
Okay. The book of John.